Ladies and gentlemen, finally, Jacob and Kristen have come back to podcasting. I'm Jacob. This is Kristen.
Hi.
And we are Married to Stupid. The only podcast where we're trying to find out which one of us married stupid. And based on the results of season 1, yes, season 1, I'm winning.
Well. First of all, I think we need to address the elephant in the room.
We don't have elephants.
The elephant in the room is that we kind of ended season 1 abruptly. Like, we teased a little bit about it. Like, oh, are we going to have, like, seasons? And normally we said no. And then all of a sudden we decided yeah. And then we were like, hey, we should announce it. And then we didn't announce it.
We kind of announced it on Facebook.
No.
After the fact, right?
I don't think we did. I had a plan to because I had this photograph that I was going to post, I believe. I don't think I did. I think I left everybody hanging.
Wow, you really failed that one. See? Married to Stupid. What do I got to say?
You also have access.
Yeah, I don't Facebook. So
But what? Wait. Another elephant. There's 2 elephants.
we have an elephant? Okay.
We're on video.
We are on video.
We're on video, guys.
Welcome to the Married to Stupid video podcast.
From our living room.
From our living room. You can see our lovely face. And Kristen's lovely face.
But Kristen's lovely face keeps looking at the TV because you have it on the TV and the camera's right here.
Yeah. Well,
and so they're going to get a lot of different angles.
You could look at that one on the computer monitor.
I'm looking at that too. I'm not even looking at this. I'm looking at that. I'm looking at that. I'm all over the place.
Yeah, you are all over the place.
Anyway, this is going to be a new improved podcast.
It is.
Because we're going to have jingles.
Yeah, we did. We have.
No, we do.
We do. We've made some improvements, and we are going to try to implement those improvements.
That's a lot of slobbles there.
It is. We're going to try to implement those improvements before the release,
which is going to be
on the 30th,
which is
Podcast Appreciation Day.
No, it's not.
Oh, I lied. What is it then?
International Podcast Day.
International Podcast Day. I nailed it first try.
Okay. I have an agenda.
This is going to force you, the video part is going to force you to not yell at me to cut things out. Do you know that?
No, because you can do video editing just like you can podcast.
It's not natural though.
That means that you need to be on your best behavior.
I have always been on my best behavior.
No, I disagree with that.
Whatever. Lies.
So also a new thing.
We're gonna have an agenda.
We're gonna have an agenda to go with our jingles.
That's a lot of notes you have there.
It might look as such, but it's not. Because the exciting thing is we have new segments.
We do.
We kept a few from the old, brought in some new.
Mm-hmm.
So should we just go right into the first one? Because I am geeked about it.
We should.
Absolutely. Okay. So the first one, are we ready for it? Kristen's questions with a K and a Y.
Kristen's questions.
So like questions, KWESTYN. Just like Kristen, KRISTYN.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
So roll the footage.
Now it's time to sit back and relax and get ready for this random mess with Kristen's questions with a K.
Okay. Go.
Where's the footage?
Well, yeah, I know.
Okay, so I am going to pose a question to you.
Oh God. About
relationships, marriage, love, all of those fun things.
God damn it, I'm gonna fail.
It's not. This isn't really a fail.
Uh-oh.
Let's just go right into this first question.
Yeah, let's
just try it on for size and see how it goes.
Let's.
Okay. A common myth about marriage is that couples should always agree. Many people think that a successful marriage means never having disagreements or conflicts. In reality, healthy relationships often involve differing opinions and constructive arguments. What matters is how couples communicate and resolve their differences. Disagreement can lead to growth, understanding, and a deeper connection when handled respectfully. I agree or disagree?
I agree. Because if you looked at my facial expressions when you were talking about
I didn't because I was reading from the agenda.
Oh. Yeah, no.
We could roll back the footage and I could watch your face.
No, we're not rolling back the footage. You can watch it on youtube.com/married2stupid. I don't know if that's
That might need to be edited because I don't know if we have that.
I don't know. We'll figure it out. But yeah, no, I agree. Your facial expressions. You're gonna need to work on that.
That's been a lifelong problem is my nonverbals.
Yeah, they are pretty bad.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a work in progress for 40 years. That's another thing. I turned 40.
Yeah. So one thing that people are going to realize by watching us now is I'm going to point out when you are using your fake nice voice.
Oh my gosh, I heard the worst fake nice voice today when I called my friend Crystal and got her voicemail. It almost made me want to vomit. Like, it was so sickly sweet, which if anybody knows her in real life knows that is not who she is.
She's not sickly sweet.
You shouldn't say that. That's rude for you to say that. But it's not rude for me to say it. But I was like, who is this? Of course I didn't leave a message because who does that? Unless you're a dentist office. And I don't have a fake nice voice unless it's necessary.
Oh no, you absolutely do.
There are times.
I know it. Everyone else, I don't know if they know it, if they're just being nice back. It's very clear to me when you're using it. If you're going to be natural all the time, if I were to be natural all the time, I feel like everybody would hate me. No. Like if I had my resting bitch face all the time, because that's my natural state, and I had my resting bitch voice all the time, because that's my natural voice. Your resting bitch face is your natural face all the time? I think it's anybody. Like, I don't walk around like this all the time. Hello. Because one, that would be creepy, like a clown. Well, and two, it's unnatural. I don't know exact. Obviously, I'm not always looking at myself in the mirror. Are you going to be one of those people when they're old that you just naturally have like a frown face? I think I'm already starting to get it. Sometimes I look at myself in my rear view mirror of my Jeep, and I'm like, I push my face around to see if I can get that to go. I think they're called frown lines. Yeah, maybe. I'm gonna start doing the David Rose face. Just like, who is David Rose? From Schitt's Creek. We were just watching that the other day. Yeah, but which one is it? It's the son. Oh, okay. Yeah. That's how he walks around. Kinda, yeah. Like he's always disgusted or like scared of whatever is in front of him. You know, occasionally in the car, I smile to see how far back my teeth are that day. That day? It's so what, your teeth move every day? No, it's just like I've noticed that I have better smile days than others. And it looks like I'm taking my ponytail out because it makes my head look weird. Okay. It's just your face, but anyway. So that was her knocking the mic. Yeah, that looks so much better. Put it back on. Oh my god. Anyway, but yeah, so when in my good smile days, it's like my teeth are pushed forward and I don't have big ass lips. And then on the bad smile days, it's like there's just a void because my lips are so deep that my teeth are back further. You really screwed this up. You should have left it the way it was. No, because it makes makes it look like I have a giant head. Anyway, so I have often thought that my smile was socially acceptable. And then I went on that New York City trip with my friends, and every single photograph of me was horrid. Like literally, like I was even putting forth good effort to look normal. For one, the fans don't even know what that is because we haven't casted. So what? I think we did cast about that. Well, I did start to say, like, that's another thing. I turned 40. Yeah, she turned 40. I turned 40, and some friends and I went to New York City. Yeah. And it was splendid. Splendid. You want to talk about it? My tailbone is still recovering. Yeah, her ass still hurts. It does. Not in the way that you would think, but it's because we rented e-bikes, except for Abby, who went with a regular bike because she has something to prove. I don't know. We went all through Central Park, and
my tailbone is jacked on a good day, but like this really screwed the pooch. Yeah. So I'm still in recovery from that. And that was June, beginning of June.
Yeah, the
And
4th. In fact, like
no, it was not on the 4th. I was home for the 4th.
Oh, whatever. It was.
I think it was the 3rd.
Oh, I was so off. My bad.
But there, unfortunately, probably isn't going to be a lot of e-bike riding in my future.
You need a butt pad.
Yeah, dude. 40 is like kicking me in the ass already.
Literally.
Yeah, like just 4 months in.
See, smile. It's like,
Okay, I want to rewind a bit because we're very much ventured too far from the question at hand in the Kristen's questions with the KY segment.
So
the question was advantages, disadvantages.
The fighting all the time?
Not fighting all the time, but like, do you think that the best relationships out there, do you think that they agree on everything?
No, that sounds like an awful relationship.
So if you, why? What makes that sound awful? Like a couple who is like, hey, would you like to have peach pie for dessert? And he says, you know what? Yes, I would. Is that so wrong?
Well, for one, that's an awful example.
Because neither of us like peach pie.
Yeah. And 2, that's just, I don't know. That's just a regular conversation about what you're going to have for dinner or dessert.
But would it not make life easier?
I mean, if that's how you're judging it, most of the time when I say, hey, do you want this for dinner? And you say yes.
You don't ever ask me what I want for dinner.
Hey, when I want McDonald's and then you're like, yeah, sure. That's pretty much what you're saying here. That's not an argument. That's just you giving in.
What would be detrimental to us getting along all the time? I'm not getting along.
We do get along all the time.
Yes, I know. What I meant is not arguing.
We don't argue.
We do. Well, according to our daughter, we do. And it's funny because it's like, I'll get after you for not taking the trash out when you said. Yeah. And she'll be like, stop fighting. And we're just like, you have no idea that is nowhere near.
She has no idea what fighting is because that's not fighting.
Because she doesn't have parents that really fight.
That's just us screwing around and me telling you if it's a pink job or a blue job. I mean, that's a blue job.
We know that's a blue job.
I'll get it. It's a blue job. Trash is blue. Because if it was a pink job, it'd just end up right outside the garage door, not in the trash can. Anyway, see, that's the face. Good job.
What, the piss off face?
Yeah, that's it. But
so what would be a problem? The problem
of fighting
with not fighting all the time. Are you trying to fight?
I'm trying to make a live example. Apparently,
what would be the problem with a couple agreeing on everything all day, every day?
I think ultimately one person would be holding what they ultimately want inside.
Yeah,
and then at some point it's going to overflow and blow up.
So I think if that were to be the case, if somebody wasn't fighting, it's because they're trying to avoid conflict, and that's not healthy.
Right.
And they're ultimately not going to get anything that they want out of the relationship if they're just trying to
please everybody or please their spouse all the time
or significant other or what have you,
Exactly.
And I think conflict can be healthy in doses. Like, I think that you're a smart person.
Oh, thank you.
And I think when we get into some conversations, I learn from you, even if I don't necessarily agree with you. Like politics, like things with the kids, like your inability to take care of your shit. But I do feel like through our communication, I learned something, whether it's patience, whether it's coping mechanisms.
I agree with all those things. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm a pretty great guy.
So when I saw that common myth, I was like, who is saying this?
It must have been like somebody in a honeymoon stage where they're just getting everything they want. Or Einstein. Yep.
Nobody knows because it wasn't attributed to anybody.
Yeah, he's dead, and they'll never know.
Okay, are we ready for the next segment? Roll the jingle.
Roll it.
Roll the jingle. All right, this one is called hot takes
Ooh,
or hot cakes.
let's piss somebody off.
Because
is that what we might?
we might. I mean, there is every week it's going to be something different with this agenda. Let me tell you, because we could have a hot take and then we sit there and we're conversing. We're giving our sides. We're bringing up points that maybe the other didn't know, just things like that.
Yeah.
But then you might have a week where you have a hot cake and it's just like a happy.
And what is, I'm sorry. You were going to explain a hot cake.
I'm trying to explain it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, it might be like a fluffy feel-good story where you just like want to hug yourself and those around you. It might be something that's just lighthearted, like a little friendly banter. The possibilities are endless. When you think of a hot cake,
yeah,
which is typically called a pancake, for most people that brings joy. Not you. That gives you digestive issues.
Yeah. They're still very delicious.
True. And if you also want to think of a hot cake as a literal piece of cake that is warm, that is joyful as well. Nice little slice of coffee cake. Apple cake. Anyway, are you ready for this one? Because I think this is going to be controversial.
This intro's been way too long.
Okay. What? Hot take.
Mm-hmm.
A hot dog is a type of taco.
No, I see where you're going. And no, I think it's more of a sandwich.
Tell me why. Tell me more.
Let's
compare the two. So you have a piece of bread, essentially. You have a tortilla or you have a hot dog bun. Unless you're poor, then you have a piece of actual like sandwich bread that you fold in half. Like
people do that for.
My mom did that my entire
hot dogs. Never mind. I was for.
You talking about taco?
Yes, because you were talking about a taco.
Anyway, with hot dog and with taco, you have pieces of grain like this.
Is that the way the grain runs?
Jacob, stay with me here.
I am. I'm following you.
Inside the apparatus, you have some meat. You have some accoutrement.
Yes.
You eat it in your hand.
Yep.
So are they part of the same?
Were you purposely not like rounding your hands when you were doing that? Or?
These are taco shells.
Oh, okay, good.
Well, I guess
that would have been bad.
Taco.
Don't go to your mouth.
And that is why this is not rated for children. This isn't even PG-13.
So I'm still gonna go with the sandwich, and you want to know why?
I do. I actually ask you why.
So what? So is a ham sandwich that you only eat half a sandwich? Is that a taco? If you fold
people don't
like this.
Well, I could see where that argument could be made.
I don't know how to, there's the camera.
But
so if I fold it like that,
I could see where the argument could be made. I can see that. But I think
so next time someone
theoretically
folds a sandwich, tell them you made them a taco.
Excuse me. Theoretically, tacos are attributed with like this shape. And so are hot dogs in a bun. Whereas a sandwich is typically like this. That's what, I mean, most people, unless you're a child, you don't go half a Sam. And if you do, you don't fold the bread. You more like if you go to Panera and you get the you pick two. You get the soup and you get the Sammy. Well, it's going to be cut. Like they're going to make a full sandwich and they're going to cut it. They're not going to take the piece of ciabatta and
what do they do with the other half then?
Well, I'm sure somebody else is going to order.
Oh, I hope so. That's a lot of waste.
Or maybe they pre-cut. Because if you get the full sandwich, it's also still cut. Regardless, okay. I don't think that sandwiches are associated with the same format as a taco and a hot dog. So I could see why people would say a hot dog is a form of taco, because you also have the Choco Taco. Right?
The what?
The Choco Taco.
What the hell's a Choco Taco?
It's like a dessert type taco. You'll see it at Halloween when one of our group dresses as one in our Mexican fiesta thing. You're going to be a mariachi, by the way. And one of the children is going to be a Choco Taco. But you have that. And I also actually currently in the cupboard, I have a nice dessert taco, a hard shell that is like cinnamon sugar that you can put like some vanilla ice cream in, maybe drizzle with some caramel. So there are various types of tacos.
I think they just named it a taco. I don't know if it actually is.
Well, it has its ethnic roots, Jacob. Let's not dismiss that fact. Okay, did a hot dog and a taco originate from the same place? I don't know. Answer.
Did
I
they?
don't know what that answer.
So why? I think you just talked yourself out of your whole argument.
I don't know.
Okay.
Is it a hot dog like an all-American food? Well, it has to be because it's the nastiest thing in a cylindrical form.
You can't say that. You like sandwich spread, which is cut up hot dogs.
That is neither here nor there.
That is the same thing.
It's so good.
It is not. It's so disgusting.
Coming from the guy who eats cream of wheat like an old man.
Cream of wheat is awesome.
And warms up his potato salad.
That's because warm potatoes are better than cold potatoes.
Not in potato salad.
And no, you're
okay. So have we come to
coleslaw? I love coleslaw.
That's great. Just lettuce and mayonnaise.
I don't heat that up.
Told me that before.
Well, I don't know all the ingredients, but whatever. It tastes good.
Okay, so what I'm gathering from this conversation
is that you're wrong, and the fans are going to tell you you're wrong on all of those foods. I
think what we're coming to as a conclusion is that there is a basis for it being in the same family, but maybe distant cousins.
You literally came up with all of that yourself right on the fly because I don't. It's a sandwich. You don't think that at all? No, it's a sandwich.
The hot dog is a sandwich?
Yes.
Well, I don't know. I don't think so.
Well, you can be wrong.
I think there's validity to the argument about
because it originated in the same spot as a taco.
No, I don't know that. That's something I would have to research.
Did the taco originate in Mexico? I would think it would, Jacob, but I honestly don't know.
I just said I do not know. You're just rehashing the same question over and over and over again. You're going to Google this,
and we're going to find out the taco guys, literally was the same spot.
I'm really excited about this next segment. So, jingle
transition.
Now we have. What would you do?
What would you do?
Now this is a relationship scenario where you're going to have to reflect internally and say, what would I do in that situation? Mm-hmm. All right, so here we are. The kitchen showdown. The spice rack wars. Imagine one partner loves cooking with a variety of exotic spices, while the other believes in keeping things simple and only uses salt and pepper. You know, let's add seasoning salt in there just for funsies, okay? No reason. Every time dinner rolls around, one partner insists on adding a dash of something unusual, while the other cringes at the thought of mystery flavors.
Well, here's the thing. So let's you know, since we added
should we take time to reflect?
Yeah, no, I mean...
Did you say sea salt?
Is it
seasoning salt is your go-to.
Whatever. So is like the one who has the issue, are they like a good cook or anything like that? Do they like know what they're doing?
Why do you ask? I have come a long way since the hamburger buns.
I was
and the baked hamburgers.
Just throwing it out there, like, you know, they're OG for a reason, you know, and
they're OG. The spices,
yeah, they're the real deal, you know. Everybody goes
so
back
here's
to
the thing: I'm not an exotic spicer by any means.
Oh well, then what do we?
No, but this is a hypothetical.
Yeah,
this is what would you do?
Exactly.
But what I will say is that Jacob grew up with a father who was older than the other fathers. And when he would have...
Wiser, I think that's the word you're looking for.
No, because I'm not going in that direction.
Wiser.
Anyway, so he couldn't have a lot of spices in his diet because it would affect his body in different ways. So case in point, he would make tacos, to go back to tacos, and he'd use half the taco seasoning packet. Like, to me, who came from a normal household when it came to taco seasoning, I would be like, this tastes just like legit ground beef. This doesn't taste like there's anything in it. So he didn't use a lot of spices, And Jacob adopted that in his life. So like even today, if I entrust you with making the tacos, you will only use half of the seasoning.
It is true.
pack. And then I go, are you freaking kidding me? And you go, fine. And you pour it in there. So whereas I am not an extravagant spicer, I do like taste. And when you do the cooking, which is very rare, you are, well, I guess you've grown a little because you do use lemon pepper, salt, and pepper. And we did run out of seasoning salt and I didn't replace it.
I know. It only took about 15 years for us to go through
it was a giant thing.
So I used it a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. So how did we settle that?
You cook now. We eat out a lot.
Actually, we haven't been eating out a lot at all.
Well, yeah.
Today we did, but otherwise we haven't been.
Well, yeah, we did a challenge. I mean, that's how challenges go.
We did a no spend September, which is kind of dwindled due to this purchase that I'm staring at today.
Oh, the camera. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, somebody wants me to be a sports recorder, so
That somebody is you.
well, yeah, but you're pushing me to go to and to the
I'm
sports.
forcing you.
Chat, guys. Chat. Subscribers, whatever you are.
Drop a note in the chat.
Like, comment, subscribe. We're going to soccer games now for a kid that's not ours.
You say that like it's weird.
It's extremely weird.
It's not.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the kid, and I'm absolutely happy to go. But
We're his third set of parents.
But when we're there and someone's like, "Oh, which one's yours?"
That was a little awkward. That was a little awkward. And especially like when the coach walked over and we're sitting on the sidelines and his actual parents weren't actually at the game yet. And the guy's like, "Hey, parents." And you're like,
how's it going?
Like, you're not one of the parents.
But
then my ass was sitting at the parent meeting.
Yeah.
At the end. Well,
yeah.
But anyway.
And what did you bring? And what did you bring?
What does that matter what I brought? It wasn't for the team. It was for the group that gathered.
Which happened to be the team?
No, it was the parents.
Oh.
And me.
So you're the team mom.
No, the team mom would provide the orange slices.
Oh,
to the team.
so you're the team grandmother. Like
fuck you, dude.
You keep
fuck you, dude.
You provided for all of the parents. Good job.
I didn't have enough popsicles for that. I brought a slew of popsicles. I want to say 8. And I had one for myself. I had one for the kid's little sister. I did have one. Actually, it wasn't even that kid. It wasn't even his game. It was his brother's game. But he ate the popsicle for himself and his little brother. And then, there were the other parents, like the biological ones, and then the stepmom, and then the friends of... Anyway, so what I'm getting at, there were no players that got any popsicles.
It was all the parents. So you're the grandmother of the...
Don't ever call me the grandparent.
I'm trying to work out exactly what this relationship is.
We love the kid, and he had the idea of a compilation video.
Well, he didn't.
No, it was him. His mom, his real mom, told me.
Not mother number 2 or 3, whatever you are.
Anyway,
grandmother.
Anyway, don't call me grandma.
They call me Gramps, apparently.
Because you are a Gramps.
What the hell does that make you?
Okay, legally, yes, I am a grandmother. But you embody the job of grandfather.
That's true.
Me bringing Jolly Rancher popsicles and passing them out to people on the sidelines does not make me a grandma. That makes me a really cool person who brings Jolly Rancher popsicles to a soccer game.
Yeah.
I also brought the face spray. I brought the fan with a portable battery bank. I brought visors. I brought sunscreen. I brought an umbrella. I brought ponchos. I brought everything to this game. I was prepared. And the popsicles, I brought juice boxes. I brought other snacks for the little sister. I was prepared.
You're literally the team mom.
But it wasn't for the team.
Fine, the grandmother. I don't care what you want to call it.
No, it doesn't. Okay, I'm not the team grandmother either. I am just
I don't know what to call you then, because you're a mother of something.
I'm like a freaking bag lady is what I am, because I had all these bags of shit for other people to use.
Now that we settled that, yeah. So I bought a $400 camera.
Because he had this idea of doing a compilation video, and I went into the responsible parent mode, and I was like, hey, this kid has a shot with scholarships and stuff in the future because he's a kick-ass soccer player.
Yeah, he's only had 4 or 5 goals in 3 games.
Are you trying to be negative?
No,
You said only.
That was like a sarcastic negatively.
No.
Like, that's a positive that he
is
that's
a
pretty damn
kick-ass
good.
soccer player. And so
Real damn good.
I was like, if he starts making these videos now, by the time he gets to high school, these videos are going to be really high quality. And if he does one every season, he will have all this footage to turn in for scholarships and college applications. But then this dude went nerd on me. And he's like, listen, I can take this kid's dream to a different level, including this $350 camera.
I was like, I could record it in 4K. That's kind of what I was like. And
so
then I
don't
was
sit
like,
there and be like, I'm being forced against my will to go to these games.
and then I was like, hey, we're also doing a podcast that we want to do video on. So that'll be perfect.
Anyway,
So
he's not suffering it by any means going to these soccer games. You were happy to go the other day.
different topic. We're going to talk about this later.
We are?
You know, I don't want to throw this at you on the podcast because, you know, we want to touch on topic number 1 of fighting. Yeah. I want to get a new desk for work since I'm going to be working from home now.
What?
Remember the one that comes down?
Jacob Daniel.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's happy to go to the soccer games. He's excited about filming the soccer games.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be fun.
He's excited about it. So don't let him think.
And any
Don't let him lead you to believe that he is sacrificing himself for this, because this is something that before we even pulled out of the first soccer game on Sunday, you said, so should I look for cameras?
Yeah. And because I didn't have a camera. And now I do.
Okay.
So
yes, we are the people at the soccer game who do not have a biological child on the field.
yes.
Would I claim this child? Yes.
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 But it wasn't the only reason. So don't let her lie to you, everyone.
Okay.
Don't let her lie to you.
Next, we're miking him up.
I don't know if that's going to be
I think it'd be
possible.
hilarious.
It probably would be hilarious.
It's gonna be hilarious.
I'm not taking a whole computer to do this.
I would not put that past you to do.
I'm going to have to get a damn tent just so I can hook up my station.
I honestly would not put that past you.
I build like a platform before so I can get an overhead view of everything.
I wouldn't put that past you, but I don't think that's
I have
necessary.
thought about it, to be honest with you, to try to like what's the best way of doing that, and I was like, no, I can't do that. That's too much.
What would be the best way of doing that?
Like I don't know of a cheap way to build a platform that I could sit on.
Oh my gosh,
So
you're not doing that.
I would be ahead of
No. Oh my
over
God.
everybody.
Oh my God.
Because you need to be. There's a camera. There's gonna be.
Get a drone.
There's gonna.
You didn't think of that, did you?
Oh, I did. I didn't think you'd let me spend $1,000 on a drone.
You don't have to spend $1,000 on a drone.
If we're talking about an hour-long game, how am I gonna know? Oh, am I just gonna send it on up when
You don't have to send it up all the time.
Would that be sweet? We could like get it to track the ball, and then it could just fly around and follow the ball. Oh, that'd be sweet. I don't think they'd let me do that.
It's
though.
a real hardship for him to participate in this
I'm a
whole
nerd.
thing with Ollie.
And I have time, and they don't even know why we have time yet.
Well, we'll get there. But I also wanted to say, compared to this $350 camera,
yeah,
the $20-ish mics that I'm finding just to experiment on the miking up, you don't need a computer with.
Yeah,
They're specifically for a GoPro.
I'll have to look and see because I don't know how they're supposed to plug into a GoPro then. I mean, maybe. I guess I can look them up. But I don't even know if
He says the coaches will let him. So I think we just get a cheap one. We try
do you know
it out.
Ollie? Because
I do.
There are times that he doesn't
Is
necessarily.
he the most trustworthy
No,
12-year-old out there? No.
Mm.
No, I
Does
would put him
he-
on that list.
Does he say things because he wants it and he doesn't
Yes.
actually check?
Yes, absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
So I don't know if that's a great idea yet.
But I think $20 is worth the gamble because just for my entertainment alone, I want to hear what the kid is saying out there.
We probably can't air it.
I'm not airing it for them. I'm airing it for me. I just want to hear it. I think it'd be funny and entertaining for me. And $20 is worth that. Moving on, because this has nothing to do with what we
I'll
were
spend
talking
$20.
again. Like I don't know. I don't even know what the question was. It was about spices. How did we get to talking about soccer from spices?
I don't know. You did it.
Anyway, did you want to share why we have time to film soccer games?
Oh yeah. Life update.
Life day.
There's nothing to roll for that one.
That's not a segment.
But unfortunately, we have decided over the summer that we are going to be closing and then
Closing what?
our gaming lounge.
Yes.
But then we had a great family reach out to us and offer to purchase it. So we are working with them actually to do a transition over to them buying it.
We got what, 6 days left of ownership?
Yeah, by the time this comes out, it'll be a couple days.
Yeah,
days
so if
left.
this comes out on the 30th, our last day of ownership is the 5th of
Yes.
October.
But I think they're going to start kind of following us around and stuff, starting
It's called shadowing, not following us around.
shadowing on the 1st. So they'll be learning some stuff, and then we'll be working some birthday parties and stuff.
Not
with
we.
them. I'll be working some birthday parties with them and stuff. But
Right now, I'm just in the mode where I'm panicking a little bit. I didn't realize how much I loved all those little assholes that come to the gaming lounge, even though they drive me batshit crazy most days. And today they cornered me, a whole swarm of them. And Jacob knows I have no backbone when it comes to these kids. Like,
did you charge them for anything?
No. Okay. That's why I told you that I needed help.
You are sabotaging our last 2 weeks.
No. So you knew what these kids were up to. You knew when they walked over to me and I said, Jacob, I need help. I need backup because I have no backbone when it comes to these kids. They'll be like, oh, please, can I get a snack? And I'm like, of course, go ahead. One of them said he will bring me $1 tomorrow. Is $1 enough for what he wanted? No, it's not, but it's close. The other one said, not tomorrow, but someday he'll bring me $1.25 for the snack. So
yeah,
that doesn't even include like the soccer kids that like.
Or the wallet you bought for the kid today.
Oh, that I did buy. Yeah. And the macaroni and cheese and stuff.
And the macaroni and cheese you gave him.
But it was a business move because I'm not a good business person because I just like to give things away.
Yeah.
So profit's an issue.
But
happiness is high up there though.
But profit wasn't the real reason why we were decided to sell. Unfortunately, my 9-to-5 job has been picking up some steam over the last couple of months. Steaming
for everybody.
Steam. And so I guess it is kind of profits because obviously if we're missing a couple of weeks a month, we're losing out on that money. But to me, it was also, the kids didn't really have a set schedule when they could come and hang out because we were constantly needing to close and stuff. So
it's true because we never got to the point where we could hire anybody.
Yeah.
And you also didn't trust anybody to hire them.
Well,
like the one kid that we did have that basically just worked for hours, you about died when I told you that I gave him the link to the Google spreadsheet that had like the passwords for the computers.
Yeah. Well,
you about shit your pants.
Well, I mean,
and he's a trustworthy kid.
He's a good kid. He's
a
also like
kid.
12.
He is about to be 13 on October 13th. It's his golden birthday. Yeah. But he is a trustworthy kid. And I knew if I asked you, you'd come up with some bullshit reason why he couldn't know them. But I knew that this kid and the other kid that I gave the message to would be fine. And that one of them would forget anyway.
Yeah. Anyway.
So we didn't have employees.
We also didn't make money for employees.
We also didn't make money for employees. So thankfully, Edward accepted gaming hours.
Oh,
and
Eddie.
and a shift snack and shift drink, which has continued,
Yeah.
even though he's not working.
Yeah, it must be the 12-year-old, side of him.
Also, the dominant owner's lack of a backbone.
That too. That absolutely.
Yeah. Did you have anything more to say on the segment that got away from us, or should we move on to the next
What was that
one?
about still?
Yeah, it was about spices and how we would handle that. And I'm really glad that
that
these segments are going as planned and that they're not getting like
the tried and
off
true
topic.
is what I enjoy.
What is that? What?
The salt, the pepper.
Seasoning salt?
Yep. So
but
some people have tummy aches if they throw in spice.
tummy aches.
Yeah.
You do a tummy ache?
I don't know if you're the person to be talking about things like that, Miss No Gallbladder.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I think the half packet is actually doing you quite well. Okay. So
I can handle a full packet.
I don't think
A full packet of taco seasoning. I just did it last night.
No, and it was too spicy. Too spicy.
It's like it's the McCormick mild. It's not spicy. It's not hot. It's mild. Not even medium. Mild.
You're mild, and it was too spicy.
Anyway.
And that's the bottom line.
Okay. Let's roll the jingle for the next section.
Roll it.
Who is the asshole?
Am I the asshole? This was a fan fave
It was.
last season. And
You might be surprised we had fans.
Well, it was a favorite of ours.
That too.
I didn't enjoy Are You Smarter Than was it fourth grader, fifth grader?
Fifth grader. You didn't enjoy it? Why was
I think that probably
Why did you?
Okay, first of all, a lot of those are trick questions. They're just trick
they're
questions.
not. They're pretty straightforward.
It was very humbling, for sure.
Mhm.
For sure.
It's raining.
It's raining. It was just with the game, it was a lot of prep work and lag time. And so we're going to get into Am I the Asshole?
Yeah.
So I do want to say I've prided myself on picking these at random.
Yes.
Okay. So I have changed things slightly. It is still random, but random-ish. Okay. And let me explain. So
Please.
this is going to air on International Podcast Day. And I was like, what better time to entertain an Am I the Asshole question or scenario or story about a podcast, right?
Yeah.
So I went to Reddit. Okay. And I went to the Am I the Asshole subreddit.
Mm-hmm.
In the search bar, I typed podcast. This is the first one that popped up.
Hopefully you all can still hear us because it's raining pretty good out here right now.
It's raining pretty good. All right,
Anyway.
Are we ready? And actually, I just looking at the title, I feel like this is going to be relatable to other aspects of our marriage.
Okay.
Am I the asshole for asking my husband to listen to my podcast? I run a small podcast. I'm not going to reveal any information about the podcast, except for the fact that it's about books. I do a lot of work for this podcast, reading, preparing, booking guests, editing, etc. I don't make any money off of it, but I really enjoy doing it, and it makes day-to-day life a lot more fulfilling. My husband has been supportive. He helped me make music for the show, design my first logo, and for my birthday, even ordered keychains and stuff with the current logo on it, but he has never listened to the show. His reasons are twofold. One is that he doesn't really read books, and so the subject matter doesn't interest him. The second is that he claims he gets an anxiety over hearing me talk because he has extreme public speaking anxiety, and he sometimes sees me as an extension of himself and feels the same anxiety. I don't completely understand it, but there's that. Well, for a while, I accepted it until the other day when I borrowed his iPad and clicked Apple Podcasts to see if there were any new reviews. I saw the page for my show and it said, not interested anymore? And a thing saying it stopped downloading episodes to this device. Something about that just broke my heart and I started crying. I don't get a lot of listeners for this show. It's mostly just friends and family, and my husband isn't one of them. I know he supports the show in other ways, though. So when he asked why I was crying, I asked him, why won't you just listen to my show? You listen to hours and hours of YouTube and podcasts every day, and you're not always into those topics, but you won't listen to my show. He claims I'm trying to guilt him into listening, and I suppose I was, but I just feel so shitty. Am I the asshole?
So
Let's hear your take on that.
So I don't think it's shitty. No, I don't think they're being the asshole.
You don't think the wife is, or the husband?
I don't think the wife is being an asshole for wanting at least a little bit of support on that side. And it kind of can relate because you were a writer and you did blogging.
I do blogging.
Well, you do blogging, but when you were first starting out, it was very similar. You would send out emails, and I would subscribe to it, and I wouldn't necessarily read every single one. And there were times that I wouldn't read until you'd mentioned that, hey, I thought I did a good job, you should read it, and then I would go and read it. So I understand. I get it, because you and I have had conversations about it. I can, to an extent, side with him that maybe not everything is interesting, because I could, in that same topic, not everything that you wrote about was interesting, at least to me. It's just what it is. But I do think that it was important that I was subscribed, that I did at least go and skim over it and read it, and show support that way. What are you laughing at?
It's important that I skimmed over it.
Well,
can I get a Cliff Notes? Can I get a TLDR on the top? Just right there at the top.
Just have AI tell me about it, but yes, because I was that guy for a while. I didn't.
How many of my travel articles have you read? Because I have published over 100.
I have not, but the situation is a little bit different now too. You have gained a lot more viewers, a lot more subscribers, whatever, to your content, and you also
kind of a big deal.
You are. I mean, your last one had what, over 100,000 people look at it and read it?
Well, it was one of them. But here, if you can figure it out, can you insert the clip? I'll send it to you because I just sent it to somebody today about my writing. It's from the movie Four Christmases, where the little kid is like beating up his uncle, and he goes, "Google me, bitch." Google me, bitch, because I'm out there.
I can do that.
Can you insert
I can do that.
Okay. Google me, bitch.
I got editing skills, like a little bit.
Yeah, it'll get better with soccer. Anyway,
yeah.
I can also relate because
before we jump, was a dick move, absolutely a dick move that he unsubscribed.
I don't honestly know that he did unsubscribe because I get those notifications. I think it's when you don't listen for a long time, it just assumes that you're not interested anymore and it stops downloading them. So I don't think he unsubscribed.
Oh, so Apple sabotaged him. Oh, that's a heartbreaker.
But because when these podcasts automatically download, it takes up space. So if you're not interested, Apple's not going to just download it and take up all your space.
Like Apple gets hurt by me downloading something. I'll download what I want. Android for the win. Anyway.
So, but I can now relate on a different level because, yes, it was hurtful back in the day when I felt like you weren't interested. However, you stream every weekend. Every weekend. I have no interest in the Call of Duties.
Yeah,
no interest. However, do you see me pop up in your chat?
Normally when you need me for something.
Let's rewind. Do you see me pop up in your chat? Yes. Do you?
Yep.
Or do you not see me pop up in your chat?
I do. I see you message. You know, I don't see
Actually, you
like,
don't. Casey normally has to call your attention to it.
well, you know, when you're streaming to literally yourself, you don't really
And maybe
pay.
1 to 2 friends.
Oh, I mean,
So yes, mostly what it is he will be downstairs gaming. I will be upstairs. Maybe the kids are getting on my nerves.
Mhm.
Maybe the dogs are getting on my nerves.
Mhm.
Whatever. I'm not going to go down there because I don't want to appear on the stream. So I sent him a message from the TV or my phone that he will then get downstairs while he's streaming.
Yeah.
So no harm, no foul. I am also then supporting you indirectly. But I will say I have put your streams on the screen at the gaming lounge, muted, of course.
yeah, I swear too much.
Muted because
Swear way too much.
it's not just swearing, it's your highly inappropriate jokes.
Probably.
Yeah. And that's why I didn't tell the youths about like this podcast. And it took me a long time to bring up your streaming.
Okay, miss.
That was you.
I didn't do that. You did.
No,
Well,
that
I
was
just
you
did it,
bringing attention
but-
to
Well,
it.
You were the one that didn't catch on.
You egged me on with that because you tried to get me to. Anyway,
Somebody-
that is neither here nor there. Let's get back to the Am I the Asshole?
yeah.
I am supportive indirectly. But also with the gaming lounge, even though that was your baby,
You fell in love with it.
I wasn't going there. I do the social media
Mhm.
for it, but you can't share it. I have to log into your Facebook account to share the posts for your dream. And like with my book, sometimes I think you did share my post a couple times.
Yeah.
Primarily, it was me under the guise of his Facebook
Mhm.
clicking that share button. So happy,
Yeah, so
happy,
happy wife, happy life.
happy.
And we're still together, folks. It's great.
What, like 21 years, 22?
Yeah. I mean, you knew what you got when you married me.
Love, love, love,
Love, love, love.
love, love. I got health insurance when I married you.
Yeah.
And that's all I needed and or wanted. So now I think TLDR, roll it.
TLDR. Roll the footage.
No, the jingle.
The jingle.
Roll the jingle.
TLDR is a way to be short and snappy, so carefree. In a hurry, don't need to stress. With TLDR, you'll feel your best.
All right, so TLDR. I think you should take the reins on
I
this.
honestly, I'm confused at everything that we've talked about because we had
But there was an agenda.
and then we like
Well, yeah, we slightly deviated from some parts of the agenda, but I mean, I think as a whole, you can have just like a quick synopsis.
yeah,
for
absolutely.
people.
So while we're thinking about that in our head, we are back for season
Well,
2.
what about the people who don't know what TLDR is? Even though we just played the jingle.
Didn't listen. Don't
Typically,
care.
and typically, commonly, it would be too long didn't read.
That's it. Too long.
However,
Didn't
there's a
read.
podcast and you listen. So too long didn't
View
listen. TLDL.
TLDL.
And normally it would be at the top.
Yeah,
We do it at the end.
we do it at the end.
It's a hybrid.
It's
It's
you
a
know,
hybrid. So
If
why don't you
wanna
tell
be successful? You have to be unique.
So why don't you continue doing what you were doing before I
welcome
told you to
back.
stop
We're in
doing what you were
season
doing?
Season 2, episode 1. So that's where we started. We kind of apologized, or she did, for screwing the pooch there and not letting everybody know we
no
were just
pooches
done.
were screwed in the making of this
Um,
podcast.
Hot dogs. And then we went to, what did we go to next?
Was it hot dogs?
It was hot dogs, and are they sandwiches?
No, I don't think it was hot dogs. It was the marriage myth.
Marriage myth. Yes, you're right.
Like, is
You're
getting
right.
along
Yeah.
best.
Yeah, it's the best fighting.
Honestly, I don't
or
think it would
not.
be horrible.
Well, we don't fight ever. We just air out our differences on a podcast. And then the hot dog is a sandwich. So she's wrong.
It's a taco too, though.
It's not a taco.
I can see why they would.
They're
say
not
that.
even in the same region of the planet. And then after that, we went to Spices And once again, she's wrong. We need a little salt, little pepper, and some seasoned salt. That's it. And definitely.
You have explored lemon pepper.
Lemon pepper. You know, if you're out of
And
regular
only
pepper.
half a packet of taco seasoning.
Yeah, don't. You know.
Can't have that heartburn.
You have heartburn, bitch.
Listen, bitch. No, I don't.
You got no gallbladder.
It doesn't. It has nothing to do with
I wonder if
heartburn.
I don't have a gallbladder. You think that's
Nobody has ever taken out your gallbladder. You've never had surgery.
You don't know that.
Yes, I do.
You
We've
can't-
been together 21 or 22, maybe
can't-
23 years. I don't know. But
You can't prove that.
yes, I can. I have access to all of your medical information.
Whatever. Details.
You have a gallbladder.
And then we went on to she's the asshole, you know, and we finished that off. And
no,
now
I think we agreed. Not that I was the asshole.
We agreed
That like it was on
'Cause-
both sides. Like she shouldn't expect that he would listen to all of them because we don't.
Yeah, you don't.
Because Call of Duty sucks.
Because you don't listen to my streams.
I do. Ish.
Nah, you don't. Like, you don't.
I have over 100 travel articles that I've published in the past year.
Yes, but you see, the thing
100.
is, the thing is,
I write 5 per
guys,
week.
here's the thing.
5 per week.
She
Don't touch me.
has one article that's got over 100,000 people that have read it.
Yeah. And one guy was real pissed.
I don't need that. Like, I don't.
Die hard Amtrak.
She doesn't need me. She doesn't need me. You know, she's found.
Do you need me?
I only had like 4 people watch the last one.
And I wasn't one of them.
And it wasn't you. One of them was
No.
me because I was. I think one was Casey.
Okay.
But yeah. So anyway, that's it.
It's been real
Yeah.
great.
Well, thanks for joining us for
Video.
the
Season
first
2.
episode of season 2. And
I don't think you finished the TLDR.
what else?
Oh, wait, no, you did. You
Yeah,
did.
I did.
You did. Okay. Okay. Well,
So yeah,
I think here's where we say our
you,
goodbyes.
you say peace out, Girl Scout.
Peace out, Girl Scout.